poppin'? It's your boy Big Rich, Queens, New York City, where we get busy. A little bit of Saturday evening business, shall we? Don't forget the Mob Stories is sponsored by Ruckus Radio Podcast, home of Mob Stories and Waking Up with Ruckus every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday morning from 9:45 to 11:15. Come throw some smoke in the air with us. Let's get right into it. This next story coming out of the Daily News by my man Ben Furerherd. Former Colombo family boss Victor Orena likely to die in jail after being denied compassionate release. A one-time notorious Colombo family boss who is now gravely ill with dementia was denied release from prison by a federal appeals court Wednesday, all but assuring he'll die behind bars. Victor Little Vic Orena's appeal for compassionate release was slapped down by a 3-judge panel from the Second Circuit Court of Appeals, which sided with a lower court jurist in affirming his life sentence. Orena, once the acting boss of the Colombos, was sentenced to life in prison in the early 1990s after his conviction in Brooklyn federal court on murder, racketeering, and other mafia-related crimes. The former shot caller, now 87, asked a Brooklyn federal judge to free him in 2021 because of his deteriorating health and because his lawyer discovered new evidence that allegedly casts doubt on his conviction. On Wednesday, the appeals court panel wrote that while even federal prosecutors agree his health issues are extraordinary and compelling, the district court judge correctly ruled that they do not outweigh the need for a life sentence. The judges also ruled that if there is indeed new evidence that proves Orena's innocence, it should be raised in a separate appeal, not one for compassionate release. The wise guy's crimes that put him away for life related to a murderous intra-family Colombo war that pitted factions loyal to Orena against those who backed the late Carmine Jr. Persico. More than a dozen people were killed in the beef. The 5 families' criminal activities and the war between the competing Colombo factions resulted in multiple assassinations and attempted assassinations and billions of dollars of economic impact on the city. Orena is serving time in FMC Devons, a federal medical center with an attached minimum security prison. In an email, Orena's attorney, David Scowen, called the decision very disappointing and blasted the prosecution as the most corrupt in the history of the Department of Justice. I agree with you, David. I agree with you. It is absurd and completely unfair to deny a trial court judge the discretion to at least consider whether new evidence, since the trial ought to be relevant to the appropriateness of a terminally ill defendant, he said. All right, so first of all, very disappointed with the decision of the judge. The man is ill. He has dementia. You know what I mean? Let him go home and die in peace. You already took all these years away from him. Granted, yeah, he broke the law. The government breaks the law every day. You see, this is my beef with the government. The biggest criminals, the biggest mafia, the biggest gang on the land. And here you got criminals sending other criminals away to jail forever. Yeah, get the fuck out of here. Listen, I disagree with the judge. You should let all old-timers go home. I don't care. We all make mistakes. I don't care what they did. If they're a rapist, let him die in jail. Cut his hands off. Huh? If they're desgraciado, then let him stay in jail. He should have been able to come home. Let me know what you guys think. Big Rich, New York City, Queens. Very business-like. If I didn't tell you what I was smoking on, butterscotch gelato. Let me know what you're smoking on. Let me know what city you're smoking in. Salute.